Welcome everyone. Adam the Woo here. As the recording of this, it is Wednesday, October 9th, 2024. I'm sitting here on my porch, Celebration, Florida. Hurricane Milton is supposed to be arriving late tonight, crossing over the Central Florida Celebration, Disney World area, Orlando area, Kissimmee area, St. Cloud, that whole section, bright and early. It won't be bright. It'll be very cloudy, very rainy, very messy, very nasty. Going to be getting the preliminary outer bands of that throughout the course of the evening. My mom and dad are going to be staying here with me. They are going to be arriving in the next few minutes. Might drive around and just see what is open at this time frame. And then hunkering down. See how the day goes. See what happens. Inviting you to join me. Again, as I'm filming this, it is not arriving. It's hitting the coast, Tampa, St. Pete area around midnight, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock a.m. Again, I'm not a meteorologist and the path is always changing. This is as I'm filming this. And supposedly crossing over where I am right here around 6 or 7 a.m. in the morning. Again, as I'm filming this, Wednesday, October 9th. Join me, shall you? Hold a couple of the chairs in. A few of the chairs we're just going to be sitting at. We'll probably be sitting on the porch a lot throughout the evening. Of course, tomorrow we'll not be sitting on the porch. All the rest of the Halloween decor has been pulled off the porch as well, including this bench and the big skeleton. Took most of it down the other day, but now everything is in. You going to be cozy there? All right, it's 10:32 right now. Got my dad in the car. You want to say hi?
Howdy, howdy, howdy.
We are going to go peruse around Celebration, see what's open, see what's closed. I would doubt anything is open. And then maybe head over to just outside Celebration, to 192, and see what's open over there.
I haven't perused in quite a while. Perusing is fun.
7-Eleven still out of gas. So my mom brought over a lot of stuff. A lot of food. We're going to make food a little bit later while we still have power. Power probably will not go out if it does until tomorrow, if it even goes out. But she got everything. I asked if there's anything she needed. She said, get some sugar substitute for coffee. So I'm going to get some of that while I'm in here. So 7-Eleven is open, even though they are out of fuel. Dad's going to wait in the car. Not a lot of gas anywhere at Central Florida, from what I've been seeing. I might get a coffee too while I'm here. All right. 7-Eleven closes at noon today. Putting up bags on the windows in there just in case the windows break. McDonald's will probably be closing around the same time. The Disney parks close at 2. I think 2 is kind of the cusp of when everyone's supposed to be off the roads. All right, as stated, 7-Eleven is closing at noon. The employees are all gearing up to close. Publix is already closed. Brick Clips, Fat Burger, the burrito place, Jeremiah's Ice, all closed. I think I'm noticing I haven't really seen anybody putting boards on their windows. Obviously we're not going to get hit as heavily as the coastline will. We're still going to get some hurricane force winds though, probably a category 2 or 3 when it comes across here. But I've yet to see one board across any windows. Tilted the chairs over here in Island Village. Don't know if that's going to really do much. They are pretty heavy though. I've sat over there and ate before. They're pretty heavy chairs, but the wind whips up. All right, it's a little after noon right now. Driving down Market Street here. Like the pizza place might be open. Yeah, Dad had a good point to show how the water is now versus how it's going to be tomorrow afternoon. Now, there's not a lot of flooding in Celebration. However, the only part I've ever really seen that does flood is the lakefront. Starbucks is closed. They've put away all their tables over here, it looks like. This is the first use of sandbags. I saw people filling up sandbags. They have their sandbags. So that would make sense over here by the lakefront, because if the water comes up here, sandbags stop all the water from going in, seeping into the doors of Starbucks. And over at Avocados, they took all their tables there, zip tied them all up. Plenty of parking down here at the moment because Avocados is closed, Starbucks is closed, Celebration Town Tavern's closed, the diner's closed. I just ran over a leaf. And in front of the theater, in front of the ice cream place, they've removed all their tables as well. This is why you're supposed to prepare before the night of the storm. The Celebration Hardware is a hardware store behind the 192 Publix. There's two Publixes in town. The World Drive one that I showed. There's also the one on 192 side. Celebration Hardware has been open every day with lots of stuff just like Home Depot has, but a smaller town version. They're closed now. Let's see if this Publix is open. Doesn't look like this one is either. There. Oh, speed bump. Have their gates down there. Looks like this gas station had fuel yesterday. Today they are out of fuel. Talking to a bunch of people from the area, no one's been able to find gas since last night. You can see people still pulling in, trying to possibly get lucky to get gas, but they're out. Chick-fil-A's closed. Actually, the whole 7-Eleven's closed. Yeah. They've got plastic, sandbags and plastic over their windows there. Everyone's got signs up letting everyone know they're closed for the storm. All right, on the billboard, they have changed it to where it says, "Stay safe, be prepared." I think I realized I probably need new windshield wipers. A lot of power trucks, the light. It's going to be very busy the next couple days. Alright, obviously the Ferris wheel at Old Town is not open. And they're just gonna kind of let it ride like this. I know the Orlando Eye, the Icon Park, in the past during hurricanes, they will tie down and put like kind of metal ropes to secure the larger pods, the gondolas they call them. But this one they're just kind of just letting it sit like this. Old Town Kissimmee all closed. It's cute little dogs. I saw a dog earlier downtown Celebration wearing a rain poncho. Not a 99-cent store. It's a full $1.
Inflation.
Dragging the trash cans in. Over at the motel. They're dragging their trash cans out of harm's way. This thing's turned into projectiles once the storm comes in. Anything that's not tied down outside, you just really don't want to have sitting in an empty parking lot. I find this really fascinating. So over here, these are the little brochures on the side of 192 that you can get hotel information. They have shrunk wrapped that and tied that down just so all those books don't go flying. I'm really surprised that they did that. I mean, it makes sense because if those doors open and all those coupon magazines go everywhere. But that really was not something I would have expected they would have secured. They did. All right, we've entered no man's land now, I like to call it, which is out of the celebration bubble. But Dad and I were noticing no boards anywhere in celebration, but once you get out 192, just a few hundred yards, well, probably a half mile, not a few hundred yards, outside celebration, you start seeing boards on windows. The flea market, boarded up. The motel, next to the Big Orange, all boarded up. We're not messing around on 192. Celebration, we're just rolling with the punches and just assuming nothing is going to happen there. When in reality, it's a half mile from here. The Big Orange is closed. Oh no, the Big Orange is open.
Selling what?
The Big Orange is open. I've always heard that you really need to start worrying when a Waffle House closes. And I'm really curious if this Waffle House, when they're going to close today, because Waffle House is still open and busy. Look how busy it is in there. Because nothing else is open. Waffle House is cornering the market right now on this storm. So Cracker Barrel basically sells the same type of food as Waffle House, both reasonably priced breakfast food. Waffle House said, you know what, Cracker Barrel is going to close, we're going to stay open. All right, Walmart is closed. Noticing every place that we're pulling into that is closed, we are not the only ones stopping to see if they're open. People still need supplies. Thankfully we got everything we need. But Walmart is closed. It is 11:34 right now. And they have their carts in front of the doors, probably just maybe to stop the wind. Or maybe just because they have so many carts because the place isn't open.
Probably just to keep them from blowing away.
Okay, these are not all the way in front of the door. Well, I guess they probably are. I don't know, maybe there's no employees in there. You gotta have one door open if there's anyone inside. Dollar store looks to be very busy. People getting, since Walmart's not open, Publix isn't open. I have seen a lot of the power companies out and about doing preliminary, or maybe even, I don't know what they'd be doing out this early, just making sure everything's okay.
Maybe staging vehicles in certain places.
Getting them ready.
Yeah. I don't know, just a guess.
Got some news media out over here.
Hey, we're a news crew from Canada. Are you guys here for the storm?
Well, we live locally.
Pardon?
Yeah, we're local here.
Could we ask you a couple questions about how you're ready and how you're feeling?
Sure.
Sure.
Okay, cool. Is that, like, are you guys out filming stuff too?
Yeah, you want me to get out?
No, you're fine.
You're fine. Oh, no, you're fine.
Let's go.
Here, we'll do it real quick.
Yep.
Can I, and this is okay with you?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, can I start with your name and where you're from?
My name is Adam.
Adam? And Jim? Jim, how do okay. So, tell me, how are you feeling right now? What are you doing?
Oh, I'm feeling fine. We're all prepared for the storm. We got our house all boarded up, and our son lives in a bigger secure house, and we're going to be staying over there.
Okay. Have you been through one of these before?
Oh, we've been through other hurricanes in the past, yes.
Does this one feel any different at all?
It's probably stronger than some of the others that we've had. We had one back several years ago that that we went through that was, this kind of reminds me of that. It's going to be stronger than Helene was, and we're going to take a direct hit here in Central Florida.
So you're prepared. What are you doing out today? May I just ask what you guys are up to right now?
Yeah, we're kind of, my son is a YouTube videoer, and he's kind of taking some before and after videos of what the celebration area looks like.
Okay. And so your house is boarded up. You guys are ready?
Yep.
Okay.
We're all set.
Anything else you want to add?
No. Stay safe.
Okay. Thank you so much. I
You're
appreciate
welcome.
you.
Thank you.
Thank
Y'all
you.
have a great
Appreciate
day.
it.
Are we going to be on YouTube?
Yeah.
You're gonna be on YouTube.
There you go.
Yeah. Where you guys? Who you guys with?
Canadian Public Broadcaster.
Canadian
CBC News.
CBC.
Okay.
Yeah. So no, thank you for your time. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
Stay safe, okay, guys?
Yeah, you
All
too.
right, take
Thank
care.
you. Wow.
Cool.
You're gonna be on TV. He's a celebrity. This is a big event when there's a news place from Canada down filming.
Yep.
Also, I should mention my place is not boarded up. Your guys' place is boarded up. But
Yeah. I didn't mention that.
all right, it looks like this racetrack has fuel. I see people fueling up over there. Racetrack on the corner of LBV Factory Stores Drive and 535. Even the sign is secured down, kinda. Again, interesting that celebration, not one board that I've seen. However, that says open this door. This is a Wendys. They are boarded up. Someone definitely abided by the rule painted on that door. The door is open. But only a segment of the Wendys. Actually, no, the Wendys is not boarded up. The Chevron is boarded up. Wendys is still open. No gas here at the Chevron either. All right, Disney Springs, it's 12:01 right now. They're allowing people into the Lime Garage. I don't think Springs is open. Maybe Springs closes at 2, just like Disney World does. Yeah, bus traffic still going in and out, so that's still running for the resorts and the parks. Already hearing sirens. Back home now. Gotta hunker down. All right, back inside now. My place actually looks livable now that you guys are here. There's actually groceries. Brought stuff over. Got plenty of food, plenty of snacks. Chips. Soups. Mom's gonna make tacos tonight. Ready for some tacos?
I am ready. It's like we're going to stay a month.
So there's Mom all cozied up.
Yep,
So Dad got interviewed on the news. Did he tell you?
yep, you told me all about it.
Yeah, he's famous now.
Canada, you said?
Canadian news place.
That's what he was telling me.
As we were driving away, babe,
Yeah.
as we were driving away, there were some other people standing around, and they said, "You're going to be on TV?" And I said, "Yeah." And we continued to drive away, and this guy said as we drove away, "Can I have your autograph?"
I just received notification there is a curfew in order.
Yeah, I saw that.
Did you guys get that too?
I saw it, but what time is it?
8 p.m. Can't be outside after 8 p.m. tonight.
I doubt we will be anyway.
Yeah, we definitely want to be out there.
Yeah.
Oh, now we're all getting another one here. Curfew order in effect, Osceola County. I don't know why I'm getting two, but... All right, just got a voicemail. Let's see what the voicemail says.
This is an urgent message from Alert Osceola. Please stay on the line for additional information.
Curfew order in effect for Osceola County from 8 p.m. Wednesday, October 9th to 10 a.m. Thursday, October 10th.
Okay. We were sitting here watching the TV, getting the projected path. Got our first hunker down of the newscast. That's a phrase that's used around here when you're supposed to stay safe. You got to hunker down. Got our first hunker down of the season. Out of the mouths of the newscasters and the people doing the press conference. I need to document this occasion that my stove is actually being used.
I can tell. You only have 3 pots.
Surprised I even had those.
Pot holders? Oh, here, right there. See it?
All right, dinner is now prepared. Thanks to Mom for making all the food. Mom and I both have our Stanleys. Dad does not have a Stanley.
He didn't bring his.
It's at home.
You have a Stanley?
Yeah.
It ain't a stand, but it's something
Very
like
similar.
it. He got it till the night at church. Gave him. Thank you. Yeah.
Okay, we could have all been, all three had Stanleys.
Stanley in tonight. Yeah.
Has there ever been a hurricane named Stanley?
I don't know.
I don't
There's a
know.
Milton.
Yeah, we're getting close.
When you think of Milton, what's the first Milton you think of?
Milton Berle.
Exactly.
Milt.
All right, it's now 8:50. We were watching the news, and about 5 or 10 minutes ago, the hurricane made landfall near Sarasota. I think they said it was a little near Sarasota, 5 or 6 miles from Sarasota. Came across. So the hurricane is officially onshore in Florida. Again, it's about 8:50 p.m., 8:45. I think it made landfall around there. So far, so good. I have not lost power yet. In watching the news, there's a lot of power outages, lots of power outages over on the coasts and in Central Florida. But again, the storm, the eye of the storm has not come over Central Florida yet. It's going to be around 2 a.m. before it passes by, between midnight and 2 a.m. So still a little time, but so far, so good here in Celebration. From my angle. But watching the news, it's a pretty intense one, especially on the Tampa-St. Pete side, and even when it gets over to the other coast, when it gets over to the East Coast, Brevard, Cocoa, Melbourne, all that's going to be a lot of flooding. All right, it's definitely picked up now. The rain is going sideways out there. All right, I'm in the garage now. My parents parked their car in here. It's 11:27 right now. So I'm gonna squeeze around. My garage is flooding a little bit, but not anything out of control in comparison to what I've been watching on the news. But I also want to talk about Tropicana Field where the Rays play. Got my Tampa Bay Rays banner up. Tropicana Field roof got ripped off. Unbelievable in St. Pete. So I got some water coming in here. It's not too deep, but there is like some standing water starting to flood in. Maybe that squeegee I purchased when I bought the house late last year. Probably in the morning. They're still expecting another 6-7 inches before the storm passes by tomorrow morning. So I'm sure this is going to be filled up a little bit, but compared to what I've seen on the news, definitely not anything that's too terribly bad. I guess, man, there's some places been getting hit really hard. I was shocked to see the news footage of Tropicana Field. Roof has been freaking ripped off Tropicana Field in St. Pete. So they're saying well over 1 million people in Central Florida are without power. I'm very grateful. My parents and I have power here in Celebration. Again, Celebration has underground power lines. I'm sure that probably is helpful in that situation. But just watching the news, just really intense across Central Florida. All right, it's a little after midnight now. It's almost 1. I think I'm gonna try to get some sleep. Now I know it's still for a few hours gonna be really intense. I think the worst is heading over now as far as there's thunder and lightning. Or I can see the lightning or hear the thunder. So Tropicana Field, the worst from what I've seen on the news is a lot of flooding even on the East Coast before the hurricane even got over there, but also the West Coast, Tampa, St. Pete area, Sarasota, all that when the eye came across when it hit land. Seeing the news footage of Tropicana Field, just really amazing. A place that I have been to countless times. I know very well, like a second home for me being a Rays fan, but also very saddening because the National Guard, they had hundreds, if not 1,000 cots. I may be over-exaggerating with 1,000 cots, but hundreds of cots where the National Guard were going to be resting. They were resting in order to, as soon as the sun came up and the storm passed in the morning, they were going to, linesmen and getting the town safe, secure, and helping the community were resting there, and then the roof just completely ripped off. And that is just one of the many stories of this hurricane. I was grateful to have my mom and dad here. Hopefully throughout the course of the night they already went to sleep. Wake up in the morning, we're still safe, and can just see what has happened. But a lot of flooding, lots and lots of flooding, lots and lots of rain, lots of wind. As of now, when I'm turning in, everything's good here on my end, but when I was watching the TV, the million out of power, there's 1 million people out of power. They said now it's 2 million people are out of power. So I'm really grateful that we were able to have power on, at least now. After I turn in, maybe when the storm comes over directly, we'll lose power, but now, turning in a little after midnight, 1 a.m., we're okay. But what a storm. I'll see you in the next video. The vlog is over.